Welcome back to Your Sunday Setup. I'm Whitney. Last week, we talked about joy, about intentionally creating space for the things that bring lightness, meaning, and life into your days. Because joy shifts your energy. But that also raises an important question. What are you doing with the energy you have? Because many of us spend our lives managing time without realizing that we also need to manage ourselves. That includes our attention, our emotions, and our capacity. So, today we're talking about the discipline of energy management. Because it's not just about getting things done, it's about sustaining yourself while you do them. Let's take a moment to center. Take a slow breath in to the count of 4. Release it for the count of 4. Relax your shoulders and soften. Now, check in with yourself. Not your schedule and not your to-do list. Your energy. Do you feel rested? Drained? Scattered? Or heavy? No judgment. Let's just bring some awareness to it. Now silently repeat, my energy matters. I can protect my capacity. I do not have to run on empty. One more breath and gently return. Imagine starting your day with your phone at 100%. As the day goes on, every app, notification, call, and background process drains the energy. Some things use very little energy, others drain it fast. Now, imagine never charging it, never closing unnecessary apps, never paying attention to what's consuming power. What's going to happen? Eventually, the phone shuts down. It's not broken, it's simply depleted. We understand this instinctively with our devices, but many of us ignore it in ourselves. So, we keep pushing, keep responding, keep overriding the exhaustion, and then wonder why we feel disconnected, irritable, overwhelmed, or burned out. Energy management is learning to notice what drains you, what restores you, and what helps you sustain your life with intention. You see, productivity without energy management is not sustainable. Eventually, constant output with no input catches up with you. And that's because energy is not unlimited, and protecting it is not selfish. It's necessary. The truth is, everything costs energy. Conversations, your decisions, the stress you feel, the noise that's all around you. your overcommitments, and even unresolved emotions. But the good news, energy can also be renewed through rest, through joy, through boundaries, through meaningful connection, and through moments of stillness. The goal isn't to avoid effort. The goal is to stop living in a state of constant depletion. So, here are 3 strategies for energy management. First, notice what drains and restores you. Pay attention to the patterns. What consistently leaves you exhausted? What helps you feel grounded, clear, or energized? Awareness is the first step towards managing your capacity intentionally. Next, stop treating rest like a reward. Rest is not something you earn only after exhaustion. It's part of sustainability. In fact, it's key. You don't wait until your car completely breaks down to add gas. Well, at least you shouldn't. And you shouldn't wait until burnout to care for yourself either. Finally, protect your capacity with boundaries. Not every request deserves a yes. Not every opportunity deserves your energy. Sometimes protecting your peace is the most productive thing you can do because every yes costs you something. And intentional living requires wisdom and discernment. For example, let's say your week is full. You've got meetings, deadlines, and responsibilities, and your old pattern is to push through everything. You skip breaks, you ignore how you feel, and you tell yourself you'll recover later. By the end of the week, you're exhausted. So, in your new pattern, you build in pauses. You step away for a few minutes between tasks. You eat lunch without multitasking, and you say no to something unnecessary. And you protect your evenings when possible. These are all small choices, but over time, they change your capacity. That's energy management. Next week, we take this even deeper as we wrap up our series on disciplines. Because all of these disciplines, consistency, focus, joy, perspective, energy, they're shaping someone. You. In episode 90, we'll explore the discipline of becoming and how growth is less about arriving somewhere perfect and more about who you are choosing to become along the way. Energy management is simple, but it requires your honesty because you cannot sustainably pour from an empty place, and constantly overriding your own capacity comes at a price. The question is, what would change if you started treating your energy as something valuable? If you're ready to move through challenges with more awareness, resilience, and intention, I invite you to explore my workshop, It Is What It Is, Moving from Resistance to resilience. It's a mindfulness-based experience designed to help you process challenges, release resistance, and move forward with clarity and intention. Learn more at themindful5.com/resistance. Protect what sustains you. Your energy is an asset. And until next time, take care.